What's everyone? It's the Next Take podcast with Mikel
And Tanyka.
where we have conversation on different topics. So in today's episode, we're just doing a bonus episode, and we are just going to be talking about anything in this episode.
Who's starting?
So I'm going to start basically.
Okay.
Um, so I just found this out the other day. So Toronto, uh, hold on, give me a second. So Toronto will add over 1,200 shelters spaces for winter months. So according to Global News, the city of Toronto is adding more than 1,200 shelter spaces for people experience homelessness later this month as part of its winter services plan. A news A news release from the city says this figure includes 370 permanent cert- sorry, supportive and subsidized housing units, 244 warm centers, spaces that will open when temperatures hit -5 Celsius or colder during winter weather warnings, as well as
With or without
nearly,
the wind chill?
yeah, yeah,
That's a question I want to know, but
yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah. Uh, well, as nearly 490 new shelter spaces and 175 surge capacity spaces to open during extreme temperatures. The city says it will also dispatch more street outreach teams during extreme cold and will continue regular outreach programs to provide warm clothing, sleeping bags, and other supplies throughout the winter. The measures will be in place from November 15 to April 15. So yeah, um this is good news for Toronto. I know Mayor um what's her name? Mayor Chow been trying to do something about this since she got elected, and yeah, she's trying to uh get things done get things done about this. I don't remember them doing something like this, like, I don't know if like during I don't remember hearing anything during the John Tory uh era of
I'm
being
not sure.
mayor. I'm not sure either. Probably they did something. I don't remember.
I mean,
But
there's always shelters
yeah,
available, right?
yeah, yeah.
There always is, but
Ne Never the city
I-
invested into more.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, like I've never heard of it. Like I said, I've heard that there's warmer centers, churches
Mhm.
out there as well
I mean,
doing the
they could
same.
have had that, but maybe not
Mm.
as high of a number as 1,200
Yeah,
during the time. So
yeah, yeah.
it could be more so that they've always done something like this,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
that really high number of 1,200
Yeah.
has not been a thing before. That could be more so. Um, I can't imagine that they wouldn't have had something in place like this. I
Mm.
mean, we get really cold winters. I mean, shoot, we're saying November 15th. Damn, we should maybe start now. Cause like it was so cold this morning. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I was saying like with or without the wind chill, because I
Mm-hmm.
feel
Mm-hmm.
like with the wind chill this morning, we were close to -5 with the wind chill, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, shoot, we should be starting this now. But, I think winter came early this year. So you
Oh
know,
yeah, I did. Yeah, like I was surprised that,
I wasn't happy. I
me
was not
neither.
happy.
I was not happy either. So I
I
was
shouldn't have to be
surprised and not happy.
shoveling today. Like, you know what I mean? Cleaning
Shoveling.
my car off. No, I should not have to be doing that. I mean,
Oh,
Lord.
mm, oh,
But
mm,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm surprised that the snow came early, and also, good. It's a good thing that the city's doing something like this. So,
I
my
feel like
homeless.
other places need to. I mean, obviously, 1,200 is not going to be
Hmm.
possible in
Hmm.
some, well, most of Durham.
Hmm.
I would imagine, but I feel like something like that kind of needs to happen because I mean, I think I've mentioned it on the podcast. I can't remember, but um, the like encampment that's right across the street from the library, that's kind of just materialized in the last month.
Hmm.
I can't imagine. I mean, I'll say this. It's a smart setup, to be totally honest with you.
Hmm.
It's technically public property.
Hmm.
You know, it's pretty not secluded. That's not the right word to use, but um, protected, I guess, is maybe the right word you could say. Like, I wouldn't, if I had to be in a situation like that, like, it's a decent place to be. Um, but obviously, like, it's not gonna be warm right now. So, something like
Mm.
that maybe needs to be put in place.
Yeah. I haven't
Be
heard any
very,
other. I haven't heard any other of the provinces doing anything like that, or
I don't know if the homelessness, because you just don't hear about it as much. So I'm sure it's there, obviously. Okay,
hmm.
homelessness is
Hmm.
everywhere.
Hmm.
But I just don't know if it's as bad in
And
other
other provinces.
provinces as it is here,
Yeah.
especially in Toronto. Like maybe in Vancouver, like,
Yeah.
I can maybe see it there.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. It's just like homelessness can't be this bad other places because I think we're pretty bad, the homelessness and especially in Toronto.
Hmm.
So I mean, Oshawa, yeah, Oshawa has its
Hmm.
homelessness there too, but it's still not like
True.
Toronto.
True. True.
Toronto's
True.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
And yeah, that's it for me. For well,
for now.
for this one, for now. For now. Go ahead.
Okay. So my next one, which makes me a little sad. So employees, we usually get raises, when every year, right? Um, Usually just the cost of living. Um, Apparently that salary increase might not be very good in the coming year. So Eckler, which is an actuarial consulting firm, don't know what that exactly that means, but hey, um, released the results of its compensation planning survey, revealing that the continuing trend of slowing salary growth across the Canadian market. Um, the survey was conducted from July to August of this year, with responses from over 500 Canadian organizations across diverse sectors. It provides insights into salary trends, pay practices, and HR priorities. According to the results, employers are planning to average base salary increases of 3.3% in Canada for 2026, excluding salary freezes. This is slightly below the actual average salary increase in Canada this year, which was 3.4%. Eckler said the dip signals a more cautious approach to budget planning amid slowing economic conditions and stabilizing inflation, which okay. Employers are signaling that while the economy has cooled, which I do not see that personally,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
okay. The war for talent is not quite over. Only 5% of employers are considering salary freezes, and while 29% remain undecided, most are planning similar or lower salary increases compared to 2025. The
Hmm.
report stated that while the Bank of Canada cut interest rates in an attempt to ease borrowing costs and stimulate growth, rising unemployment and ongoing economic uncertainty are keeping employers conservative. Trade tensions between Canada and the US are also contributing to financial uncertainty, prompting employers to balance cost control with the need to reward and retain key talent. So,
Isn't isn't there a bill out there that's coming for a guaranteed livable basic income? You hear about that one?
I have not heard about that, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's necessarily taking into effect. But again, like, what does that mean? Because again, the cost of living is going to be whatever it's going
Mm-hmm.
to be, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then your salary increases are usually on a sliding scale. So you
Mm-hmm.
can get anywhere between, I think it's like a 1 and 4 or 5%.
Mm-hmm.
So usually most employers stay right in the middle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think like that's the thing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I can only speak from my own experiences.
Right.
And the raises that I get, they're great. Because don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy in the moment with the raises. Um, Especially not this year, but last year's, I was pleasantly surprised. But then the problem is that the cost of living eventually
Mm-hmm.
catches up. And it's like, I don't want to get to the end of the year struggling to make ends meet. Um, Waiting for my next raise to come
Mm-hmm.
just to end up in the same position that I'm in by the end of the year, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, the employers can only do so much, obviously. But it's I don't know. I don't like hearing that the average low or the average salary increase is lowering in 2026.
Oh,
That is not a good feeling because I
so
mean, we work hard
yeah,
for our money and
yeah, I
yeah,
agree. I agree 100%. Um, yeah, I don't agree with the average Lauren, but
no. I mean, again, it's not by much. It is
yeah.
by 0.1,
Mm-hmm.
but still, like that's still going to affect because
Mm-hmm.
like if you're with a company that only gives you like
Mm-hmm.
maybe slightly below what the average
Mm-hmm.
is, like that
Mm-hmm.
sucks,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm. Yeah, the bill that I was talking about was introduced by Senator Kim I think Pat on May 20, 2025. It was introduced as Bill S 206, which, if passed, would require the creation of the first national framework for an unconditional guaranteed livable basic income for all persons over 17 across Canada. Uh,
Mhm.
oh my, hold on. The key features for any person over the age of 17, that's another one, determine for constitutes a livable basic income for each region in Canada. Another key feature is to ensure that participation in education, training, or labor market is not required. Another key feature does not result in a decrease in service or benefits meant to meet an individual expectation needs related to health or disability.
Yeah. I mean,
So
so this bill hasn't actually been passed yet.
yeah, has
We
if
don't know when that's gonna
yeah,
happen, right?
well, if
So,
if passed, this law would require the Minister of Finance within 1 year to create a Canada-wide framework for the implementation of a guaranteed livable basic income. Simply put, this means sorry, that the federal government would need to put together the standard and plan of from which it's along with the other levels of government could create unconditional basic income in there. That's basically it.
Okay. So, I mean,
Yeah.
at minimum, we
Yeah.
wouldn't see something
Hmm.
if this is passed, um, for like maybe the next couple of years. So,
Yes,
in the
yes.
meantime,
It
but
got it got passed for a second reading for November 6th. So the committee's in progress, report the third reading. It's about to happen, and then it'll get sent to the House of Commons and everything. So
okay.
yeah.
Um, I do also want to mention that this apparently is the third consecutive year that we're seeing the slowing salary growth across sectors in Canada.
Hmm. Yeah.
Apparently, the highest projected wage increases for 2026
Mm-hmm.
include Alberta and BC with 3.4%, followed by Saskatchewan with 3.3%.
Hmm.
Ontario, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Yukon are expected to see a moderate increase of 3.2%.
Mm.
Quebec, PEI, and the Northwest Territories are anticipating increases that are below the national weighted average with 3.1%.
Hmm.
Newfoundland and Labrador and Nunavut are expected to receive the lowest raises of 3% and 2.3% respectively.
Mm.
So not that much.
Mm.
In terms of salary increases with the industries. So the sectors projected to receive the highest salary increases in Canada include professional services with 3.7, agribusiness or agriculture, and banking and insurance with 3.6%. Government, IT, high tech, real estate, utilities, construction, retail, manufacturing, member associations, and transportation are expected to see moderate raises ranging from 3.2% to 3.4. The lowest wage increases are expected to go to charities, foundations, energy and oil and gas with 3%, as well as education and healthcare with 2.9%, which
Mm.
I think is why
Yeah.
is the healthcare sector and education only getting 2.9%? I'm sorry, but teachers deserve to be paid a lot more. They are raising the next generation in terms of, with their education. And healthcare is important. Like,
Mhm.
you want to, I know people don't want to hear this, but money boosts morale. If we don't have morale, then what do we have? And you
Mhm.
kind of want to have that within your healthcare sector, especially.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
it's annoying.
I think that's this bill is supposed to combat that. So like that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I know that's that's probably what the senator was like. She probably saw this and saw this what you saw, and
Mhm.
basically,
Well, this
you
was
know.
only, I'm going to assume this bill has been in the works for some time.
Hmm.
But again, like this article would have only come up within the last month
Mm.
or so, because we'll
Hmm.
say maybe at the earliest,
Hmm.
or the earliest would be
Okay, I see.
beginning of
Got it.
October.
Okay.
So yeah, this would have been fairly recent.
Hmm.
So I'm going to assume this bill's been in the process for some time.
Hmm. I mean, probably they have some type of like stat that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Ontario is like not Ontario. I
yeah.
mean Canada in general is basically you know when it comes to like
They get the stuff.
wages. Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
they get the
Research and
statistics.
yeah,
Yeah.
statistics and research. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So
Um,
they know that, but again,
mhm, mhm,
I don't think even going out there and getting the research or going out there and getting the statistics of what's kind of going on with cost of living and salary
mhm,
increases,
mhm,
I think it's pretty evident
mhm,
that cost of living has increased
mhm,
while our salaries are decreasing.
Mm,
That's not been a new thing. So
mhm,
I think
mhm,
even without the research, we know this.
mm,
So,
mm.
yeah. So I'm coming in with some more articles. So the Trump administration is expanding its ranks of healthcare providers who work in immigration detention centers around the country as deaths in custody mount and federal oversight is weakened by layoffs. The push by the Department of Homeland Security to hire more than 40 doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, pharmacists, and health administrators follows the revelation that nearly as many immigrants have died in custody so far this year than over the course of the Biden administration, according to government records. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has reported 20 detainee deaths in custody since President Donald Trump took office, the most in a single year in decades, compared to 24 deaths in the Biden administration the entire time. The 2025 figure was provided by the Office of Representative Pramila, I think it's Jayapal, the ranking member on the House subcommittee overseeing DHS. The overall death rate is lower given that the number of detained immigrants is at a record high. The detention centers, which currently hold more than 60,000 people, are overcrowded, and the use of hastily constructed facilities like tent cities makes it easier. Public health officials said for communicable diseases to spread and more difficult to manage chronic illnesses. At the same time, oversight of the centers has eroded as layoffs hit the Homeland Security offices investigating allegations of abuse and neglect, and lawmakers attempting to visit facilities in their districts are turned away. Frequent transfers of migrants between states have also disrupted medical treatments and allowed prescriptions and other records to be lost in transit. Migrants have died in recent months of infections, COVID-19, injuries, uncontrolled diabetes, and suicide, according to government reports. The Department of Homeland Security did not respond to several questions about staffing plans, deaths in detention, and accusations of medical neglect. In a recent New York court filing responding to a lawsuit by the ACLU, the agency argued that it, quote, provides adequate food, clothing, shelter, and medical care to individuals in custody, and that all medication, whether brought by the detainee or later, is received by the ICE Health Service Corps and administered accordingly to proper medical procedures. Independent watchdog groups that track healthcare access for detained migrants dispute those claims, but say increasing the healthcare workforce could help prevent further deaths by reducing delays in the dispensing of medications and ensuring a more thorough intake process that gathers detainees' medical histories to avoid future emergencies. Yet, Jonathan White, a retired commander in the U.S. Public Health Service Corps, who oversaw the detention of undocumented, unaccompanied minors during the first Trump administration, said that without more fundamental policy changes, people will continue to get sick and die. The larger problem is that this is a system to abduct and detain people without meaningful due process. This is inherently harmful and cannot be made humane or healthy or safe, no matter how many people you throw at it. Earlier this year, the Department of Homeland Security tried to eliminate its offices that investigate complaints of discrimination, neglect, and mistreatment of detainees, the Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, the Citizenship and Immigration Services Ombudsman, and the Immigration Detention Ombudsman, calling them internal adversaries that slow down operations. DHS accused the oversight staff of adding bureaucratic hurdles and undermining the department's mission. After human rights groups the offices were restored in May, but hundreds of their staff were laid off a few months later as part of a government-wide reduction in force, hobbling oversight efforts. An ongoing lawsuit seeks to bring the fired workers back. Trump also fired the independent inspectors general that investigated claims regarding the conditions of detention centers. Rebecca Wolf, staff attorney with the Immigration Justice Campaign and Policy Department of the American Immigration Council, who represents immigrants in detention, said healthcare in ICE detention centers has always had problems. But now she said there's less transparency and accountability. Quote, I have a client right now who has untreated diabetes. They just stopped giving her medicine. And so we're like, hey, detention center, why'd you stop giving this medicine? And there's just no response. The ACLU and Detention Watch Network, two advocacy groups that focus on conditions for migrants, report that medical neglect is the most common complaint they hear from clients in ICE custody. Immigrants at the Louisiana State Penitentiary and California City Detention Facility launched hunger strikes in September, in part to protest poor access to medical care and mental health care, including difficulty accessing diabetes medication and receiving treatment for injuries. In August, in response to a class action lawsuit in New York City, a judge ordered ICE to allow migrants to help prescription medications they had on them when they were detained or that family members brought to detention centers. And in early October, a detainee in Michigan with chronic myeloid leukemia sued the Trump administration, saying his chemotherapy was suspended for several weeks after being detained, risking serious complications. Some Democratic lawmakers are introducing legislation to address the deaths in custody. Jayapal partly attributes the reports of poor medical care to Trump tapping private prison companies to handle immigration detention centers while eroding government oversight. She plans to introduce a bill to mandate that all ICE facilities are run by federal employees, arguing that would help curb self-dealing and profit-seeking at the expense of detainees' quality of care. Now, with the massive increases in money that are going out, the firing of all the inspector generals, and the corruption within the system, I mean, you've got Tom Homan accepting bags of cash, she added, referring to allegations that Trump supporter Saar took a $50,000 bribe from undercover FBI agents last year. Homan has denied that. He took a bribe from federal agents, and the Justice Department reportedly shut down the investigation into the incident. I didn't take $50,000 from anybody, Holman said in a Wednesday night, or whatever night that was, appearance on News Nation Cuomo Town Hall. The healthcare-related job openings include posts at some of the detention centers where deaths have been reported and where watchdog groups have alleged unsafe conditions and medical neglect, including the facility in Jena, Louisiana, where multiple foreign students have been detained, as well as centers in Eloy and Florence, Arizona. Most of the people providing health services to ICE detainees are private contractors, but the new jobs are open only to current members of the U.S. Public Health Service Corp. One of the country's 8 uniformed services made up of roughly 6,000 public health and medical professionals. These commissioned officers frequently work jobs that are difficult to fill with civilian health care providers, including at rural Indian health service clinics, prisons, and ICE detention facilities. If ICE doesn't get enough applications for the jobs, said White, public health officers could be ordered to deploy there temporarily or permanently. But he said avoidable deaths are likely to continue even with a few dozen more medical personnel because the detainee population is swelling by the tens of thousands and is being held in worse conditions with less oversight. He voiced particular concern about an uptick in self-harm and suicide. Quote, compared to the population that is traditionally seen in the immigration system, the level of trauma and psychological distress of those caught up in this new abduction machine will be much greater. These people are proportionally much more likely to have the most severe psychological reaction to being removed because they have many years in this country, roots in their communities, and U.S. national children who they're being separated from. A 2024 report by the ACLU, Physicians for Human Rights and American Oversight, based on thousands of pages of government documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act, argue that more than 90% of deaths in ICE custody could have been prevented with better medical care. The report documents several instances of ICE health workers giving incorrect diagnosis, prescribing medication to people with, I think it's contradictions, anyways, and delaying treatment during heart attacks, suicide attempts, and other emergencies. The report examined the deaths of 52 people in ICE custody from 2017 to 2021, covering Trump's first term and the first year of Biden's presidency. The lack of medical staffing is a consistent theme, but far from the only issue, said Eunice Cho, a senior counsel for the ACLU, who has worked on several lawsuits related to conditions in ICE detention. Specialist care is denied. People are transferred from place to place before they're able to actually get their care. People are not given medication. Human rights groups are also concerned that deaths may be undercounted. There is no standardized way in which ICE reports on deaths. It's quite possible that people have died and no one knows. And this is by Anthony Enriquez, Vice President of U.S. Advocacy and Litigation at Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights, which is interesting, which is suing DHS alongside the Immigration Council and the ACLU, among other groups. And Enriquez said that families of migrants who died in detention have spoken out about a death before ICE has publicly accounted for it. As ICE works to fill the new medical jobs, the agency's surge in detentions is far outpacing its expansion of detention capacity. The administration aims to hold up to 100,000 people per day, and as the federal government increasingly houses migrants in tents and converted local jails heading into flu season, advocates and investigators are worried. My greatest fear is that we're going to continue to see the number of people who unfortunately die as a result of being held in immigration detention grow. Next article. So, popular cosmetics brand Neutrogena is recalling makeup wipes that may be contaminated with bacteria that can cause serious infections, including sepsis. The ongoing recall of more than 1,000 cases of makeup toilettes was first initiated in September, according to a Food and Drug Administration (FDA) enforcement report. The wipes tested positive for Pluralibacter jervoia, whatever, which is a bacterium that can cause infection in certain people. While the FDA has categorized the risk of serious health effects as low, people with weakened immune systems or other medical conditions may develop severe illness from exposure to the bacterium. So here's what you need to know. So which Neutrogena products are recalled? So it's the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Ultra Soft Cleansing Toilettes 50 count 25 pack wipes with lot number 183-5U6325A. The makeup wipes were distributed to Texas, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida on September 19th, 2025, according to the FDA. Consumers should generally avoid using and dispose of recalled products. What do you need to know about this bacterium, this Pluralbacter or P. jervoia or whatever? It is a bacterium that can cause illness in people. It was previously known as Enterobacter jervoia. So the bacteria is an opportunistic bacterium, meaning it doesn't always become pathogenic or cause disease, but it can in the right environment. This means a healthy person exposed to this bacteria is unlikely to become seriously ill. People who are immunocompromised or who have chronic conditions, however, can develop serious skin infections from the bacterium, including respiratory diseases, urinary tract infections, eye infections, and sepsis, according to the World Pediatric Society. Outside of hospitals, the bacterium contamination is a concern in the cosmetic industry as it is resistant to common preservatives used in hair, makeup, lotions, creams, skincare, and numerous other products. The bacteria cannot be killed or prevented by parabens, the antimicrobial agents used in cosmetic and pharmaceutical products to kill or prevent the growth of a microorganism like fungi, viruses, and parasites. This has led to the recall of products such as children's shampoo, skin cream, and hand cleaning paste contaminated with the bacteria. The bacteria is also multi-drug resistant and cannot be killed by several common medications, including penicillins. So that is that. For now, let's head back on over to me and Mikel.
Okay. Um,
Do you have something next, or do you want me to go
yeah, I
again?
do. Yeah, I have something
Okay.
next. So last week, was like, well, including a bit of this week, was a great week for entertainment. Three trailers says released. I don't know if I can't remember if we talked about, uh,
Like movie trailers?
yeah, movie trailers. So like
Yeah.
Scream 7,
We talked about Scream
we talked
7.
about 7. Okay,
Yeah.
we
We
talked
don't have
about
to talk
that.
about that one again.
So we don't have to talk about that.
Nope.
Michael's biopic, by the way, that released like
Hmm. I
couple
only
days.
watched it yesterday, but yes. Yes.
You're a fan?
I'm always going to be a fan.
No.
That's the
Yeah,
thing. I'm always going to be.
I know
No,
you're
I
a
know what you're
fan of
saying.
Michael.
I know
Yeah,
what you're
you're
saying, but
because people
um,
would hate the trailer, and then people would just like dislike the trailer.
it's right now, guys. We can't really. I feel like with this trailer, we can't really put our all in. It's a teaser trailer.
Hmm.
So it's not like with like Scream 7, that was not a teaser trailer. That was a full length 2.5 minute trailer.
Hmm.
This was a teaser.
Hmm.
And I still need to see the full trailer, I feel, to
Hmm.
really say anything, but I loved I loved the idea of kind of hearing who was clearly supposed to be Quincy Jones kind of narrating this teaser. I kind of loved that because again, like, yes, this is obviously this biopic is honoring Michael Jackson, but
Hmm.
while
Hmm.
watching the trailer, I'm like, God damn, Quincy's gone too. And I feel like Quincy Jones is such a huge part of Michael's story,
Hmm.
with the first 3, albums. It's gonna be kind of really cool to see Quincy Jones kinda come to life in this as well.
Right.
Um, so that it kinda just made me think of that. I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's gonna be pretty cool," but
Hmm.
I'm um, I wanna reserve my thoughts on the actor for now. We haven't seen anyone else yet,
Hmm.
besides person playing Quincy Jones and, um, person playing Michael Jackson, which is his nephew. So, I kinda wanna reserve my on that part because
Right.
it is his family, so
Yeah.
I don't wanna touch
Hmm.
that right now.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but what I did see of it, I don't know about anyone else, but it made me a little emotional, and I'm like,
Hmm.
"This is this is awesome," and I kinda, like, this morning went to my friend and I'm like, "Girl, you need to go find this trailer. You need to watch it because we've been waiting for this to come." She's the one I'm most likely gonna see the movie with,
Yeah, yeah,
and, I'm like, "This is coming out in April." I'm like, "Let's go. Let's go."
yeah.
So,
As soon as the trailer dropped, one of I think one of his songs hit the top 10 of Billboard
do you
100.
know which one?
I don't know. Probably a
I
lot of
wonder
his
if it's
music.
Wanna Be Starting Something, only because that's the one that was playing
Yeah,
in the trailer,
yeah,
like, with the Mama Say Mama Sada
yeah,
Makusa, like, I wonder if it was that,
yeah.
which would be I
Possibly,
kinda wanna
possibly the
know now,
song. Possibly what
but
is.
And I
So
kinda wanna know because the only
yeah,
reason I wanna know is because that was one of his most hated songs. He hated that song. He didn't
yeah,
want that song to make the cut, so the fact that that would make, like, top 10 Billboard.
yeah. Doesn't really specify. It says Michael Jackson becomes the first artist in history to
Mhm,
chart in the top 10 of the Billboard
mhm.
100 in 6 straight decades: 1970s, 1980s, 1990s,
Oh, I
2000,
see. So
2010s, and 2020s.
they're basically just saying he is
Yeah, yeah,
the only one that has charted
yeah,
in the top 10 for
yeah,
the past 50 years.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So,
okay.
yeah. So I don't
Alright.
know if probably the
I'm gonna reserve what I wanted to say, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
That's how it should be. But anyway.
So the next trailer, well, for let me just say that the Michael Jackson trailer, for me,
Mhm.
the trailer was really good in my opinion,
Me too.
and and I liked it. Um, so
Patiently waiting for the full trailer. I think once that comes out, then I
mhm,
will
mhm,
definitely have a little bit more we can
yeah,
say. Yeah.
okay. For the next one is Toy Story 5 that released.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just
I didn't
released.
see it.
I think it was yeah, well, yesterday basically.
Mhm,
Um, and yeah, it looked pretty good. So basically, um, let me just the wait, the theme um of the trailer is basically the age of toys is over.
mhm. Yeah, we
So
talked about that.
yeah, so like basically, they're facing so I'm guessing,
Technology.
yeah, technology basically.
Mhm.
And the evil villain is basically I
iPad?
think it's an iPad, but like
Mhm.
one of those like kid iPads. I don't remember
Yeah. Yeah,
fraud.
there's still iPads.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's still
yeah,
iPads.
yeah.
I think
So,
it's just the case that makes it look like that, but
hmm,
it's an iPad.
yeah. It looks yeah, and it looks really entertaining.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It gives an AI feel to it, and AI is taking over, you know what I mean?
Possibly. It might dabble a little, but I think it's probably might be just dabble, just technology in general
Well,
that
no,
it's
but
doing.
what I'm trying to get at
Mhm.
is gonna have that kinda
Yeah.
AI feeling of
Mhm.
AI is evil and AI is taking over
Oh
and all of
yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
And again,
Possibly.
AI is technology,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
like, it
Um.
makes that really real in a Toy Story movie.
Yeah. Yeah. The franchise is, like if you guys haven't watched it, I only watched
Oh,
like
come on.
one and two. Not to be
Come
fair
on.
with you,
People have
I
at
have
least watched
I have to watch.
1 and
Yeah,
2.
yeah. I had to watch three, four. To be fair with you, because I feel like I outgrown the franchise, but
I've watched them
I'm
all.
you watch them all,
Mhm.
okay? And yeah, I feel
I
like
own I I own 1 and 2, and then I've seen 3 and 4.
okay, I see. Well, okay, yeah, I have to watch three and four. I I fell into that like I'm too old for these kid movies, but it's not actually a kid movie. It's
It
basically yeah,
it is a kid movie.
really
However,
it's it
of course it's a
okay.
kid movie.
It's a kid movie, but like I mean, like is it too kiddish
No,
to the point that it
no,
dumps down my brain and be like, oh, it's
no,
oh
no.
okay,
Okay. Movies like this,
uh huh,
the ones that we've grown up watching, that is a
hmm,
part of our childhood.
right,
In a sense, yes, they are geared to kids,
uh
but
huh,
in a way, they're also it feels like it's kinda, in a sense, growing with that
the
generation
generation
that
of
it started with,
with
but it can
the
still be palatable
right,
for those people. So, like, I mean, when the 4th one came out, I think it was in the kind of I think it was right around COVID or before or after, I can't remember, but it was, like, right around there,
mm,
and we all watched it. my brother would have been in high school.
Yeah.
We watched it, like, and it it was really good, and again, like I remember saying to you then, it was supposed to be the end. That was supposed to be the last movie, the 4th
Right.
one,
Right.
but then they came back with the 5th one, 'cause why not? But,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, if you want to watch the 5th movie,
Mhm.
I do advise you go back and watch the 3rd if you don't wanna do the whole thing, then whatever, but I do advise you go back and watch 3 because I think you do the thing with Toy Story is it does continue in a sense from the last movie,
Okay.
so it's not gonna be like it's a standalone.
Right.
You kinda need to have the history because again, like, you are at a point where he's still with Andy. He hasn't been with
Mm,
Andy for the last 2 movies. Well,
okay.
now maybe 3. So, they're with, a different kid.
Mm,
So,
okay.
you kind of need that to, I think, really appreciate the 5th movie once it comes out,
Right.
if you decide you wanna watch that.
Okay. Alright, well, yeah, yeah, I'll watch it sometime.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
probably
good.
either this
It's
month
good,
or
like
next month.
yeah, it's good, and again, don't forget, especially with, like, these types of quote, unquote, "children's movies"
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are like Pixar, even DreamWorks, they
Mhm.
always put jokes in there for adults, right?
Okay,
They
so
always
alright.
do,
So it's not totally okay, so
right.
okay. And I don't mean like, I'm not I I don't like animation. I don't mean that, guys. I mean like,
Oh, no, but
it's just
again, it's
like one of
advanced,
those. Yeah, 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 it's
you right?
yeah, like it's you
You watch
know
the first movie, it's like,
yeah,
"Whoa, oh
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
god."
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's
I'm
and it's
just
even in that sense, it's really cool to see how these movies have advanced in the animation. Because I mean, the first movie was, what, 96, 97,
Mhm,
and to see kind of that progression of the animation with
mhm,
this movie,
mhm.
it's ac in that sense too, it's incredible.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I seen like different types of like Spider-Verse is another one. I seen that's more like a bit like a little bit has adult themes in there, and then
Yeah. It's also,
uh,
like I mean, again, I haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, but
yeah,
it has more of, like, that comic book feel to it, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, yeah, it's a little different
Hmm.
than obviously, yes, it's animation, but it's a little different than
Yeah,
most Pixar movies.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 I'm a fan of animation, so I'm a fan of like anime, and then a fan of any type of you know any type of animation out there. So like yeah, I just thought like it was just like you know they went super kiddish to the point that my brain went like so
Yeah, it's not like that.
yeah, so
No, no.
I like
Most
Clues,
Pixar
kind of thing.
no, Blue's Clues is really meant for children.
Yeah, okay.
But don't judge me, I would still sit down and watch Blue's Clues. Like,
Hey, listen,
I
yeah,
really would.
yes.
I
If Steve was
loved
there,
Blue's
hey,
Clues.
you heard he's doing a podcast, right? He's doing a
I'm not
podcast.
gonna listen to the podcast. Uh,
Really? Oh.
no, 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 I'm not gonna listen to I already listen to enough podcasts, I can't add more.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
but
If Steve's
no,
in,
like, Blue's Clues for sure, like, I loved Blue's Clues, so
hmm
I wouldn't, like,
hmm
sit there and watch, like, a million episodes of Blue's Clues,
yeah,
but just to have
yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know, that feeling, you know?
hmm yeah,
I mean, again, technically, we were kids when Blue's Clues started.
yeah,
It wasn't geared for us.
hmm
Once it goes to Treehouse, it's not really meant for us.
hmm
Um, anyway,
yeah. So, well, that's it. Since like Screen, we already talked about Screen 7, but I'm
we did, yeah.
still waiting for one
I
more
can't
trailer.
remember which episode I did it on, but
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. So I'm still waiting for one more trailer. Is Marvel's Doomsday, but
Is that supposed to be this year or 2026, did you say?
2026, and then Spider-Man Brand New Day. But
Yeah.
Brand New Day comes in the middle of the summer, and then I
Mhm.
think
Then
Doomsday
Doomsday's
comes.
after?
Yeah, releases in December.
Oh, yeah, that's not coming
And
anytime soon.
yeah, so like
Not
yeah,
anytime soon. You're not gonna
yeah,
see
so
any of those until
yeah, until like
like, if Spider-Man's in the summer, you're not gonna see that until maybe April, May.
a trailer. Usually, like
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
probably release
They don't
something.
release trailers that early. They don't release trailers that early. They're still in post-production, they're not gonna release anything yet. Because I mean, look at the fact that, okay, so Scream,
Hmm.
that's not coming out until March, and they
Right.
only released that very like, in the last little bit. And it was a
Mm-hmm.
full-length trailer, which is but again, we're almost in the end of the year.
Hmm.
The Michael biopic, same thing.
When Cyber.
That is only a teaser. It's not even the full trailer, and that's coming in April. So
Mm.
you're not gonna see that anytime soon.
Well, the Spider-Man Brand New Day should be coming anytime soon, like possibly first, probably January,
I doubt that.
December.
I
You
doubt
don't think
that.
so? You don't
Mm,
think so?
that's not coming then. That's not coming yet. If you're telling me
July
it's coming
in the
in the
summer?
summer,
Yeah.
that's not coming in January.
Mm,
At the earliest, I'll give you March.
really?
But yeah,
'Cause that's gonna do billion no matter what. That's
that's
gonna do
besides the
billion.
point.
Mm, okay.
If the movie is not done, they're
Hmm.
still in post-production. They have months before that movie comes
You know
out.
what? I mean, yeah.
It's not it's not
Uh,
coming yet.
you're giving Sony too much credit. I think Sony will probably draw something.
Why? That
So,
has nothing to do with
Sony,
the
so,
production company.
you,
There's nothing to do with the production
you
company.
must
It
not
just
know.
goes based on the fact of
You must.
most trailers do not come out
True.
until a few months before the movie's coming out.
I agree, but
Okay?
Sony's a different animal. They like to
But
rush
this
things.
why is this Sony?
Sony
Marvel
likes
took
to
it
rush
over.
things. There's been a history of Sony rushing things like in
Okay,
the
but
past.
why is Sony a part of it? I thought is this a Sony picture?
So yeah, Sony and Marvel Studios together.
Okay.
Yeah, they're and then like obviously Doomsday is basically just Marvel Studios. But
Yeah, I still think
if a Spider Man's in there, then I don't think Sony has that type of control. I think Marvel Studios do, but like in
exactly. So
terms
that's I was
of
literally about to say that. Marvel's
like
still in control with of
and
this, so it doesn't
and
mean
yeah,
anything. Marvel doesn't release any trailers until closer to when the movie's coming out.
but
You're not
Sony
seeing that in
releases.
January. I would
I
say
mean,
maybe a teaser will come out in like
yeah,
March,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
the full length trailer won't come out until maybe a month after that. A month and a half after that.
but
But that's not January.
yeah,
Not if
yeah,
this movie's coming out in July.
but
It's
when
way
it
too
comes to,
soon.
I agree with you when it comes to Doomsday, but like when it comes to Spider-Man films, that's a different breed. Sony
I
usually
still have
you
never seen a trailer come out
Sony use
earlier
yeah
than it's a really, really early
mhm. Sony
for
usually
any of the other
releases.
ones.
You don't. Oh, there's been a lot of history. Been a lot of hiccups in the past, like Sony rushing stuff. So like it's just basically it's up to Sony. With Spider Man, I'm not saying Doomsday. Doomsday is a different animal. Spider Man, it's up to Sony to release that trailer because they're making the movie. They have the rights. They always release the trailer first before Marvel Studio does. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Still, even when I think of the history of the Spider-Man movies,
Hmm.
since it being a part of MCU,
Hmm.
still not coming out. You're literally saying a trailer's coming out 7 months before the movie's coming
I
out.
wouldn't put it past
That
Sony.
doesn't make any sense to me.
I wouldn't put it past Sony.
That doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense to
it's
me.
gonna
I
make
don't
the.
really think Sony's that ridiculous.
Uh,
I can maybe I'm literally giving you
and they want money.
4 or 5 months. They're still gonna get the money.
They want money.
They're still getting the money. What
Their other films have been flopping. There's so well, not a solo, but like they're Spider-Man spin-offs. Like the what do you call it? There's you know the vampire one with like
no,
Jay Leto.
no.
Okay, so
Jared Leto, by the way.
yeah, it's Jared Leto. My bad. There's one called Morbius. He's in it. If that
Morbius.
flops, yes, Morbius, that one flopped.
Yeah.
The second one, is called I believe it was there's Venom, but that series, like that trilogy, has like basically been successful.
Yeah, but that's I
Um,
think it's over now.
yes, that's over. That yeah, yeah, that universe is over basically. So
But to piggyback on what you said, because the because I didn't realize Venom was Sony, but
mm,
to piggyback
yeah,
on that, they didn't release any trailer for the most recent Venom until maybe a couple of months before that movie came out. So you say they released things early, they didn't with that, and you're saying, and then yes, that is what I watched at least the first two. I haven't watched the last one yet. That is a successful universe and movies. They didn't release that early. So I don't know why you think they're gonna release Spider-Man early.
because it's Sony.
Doesn't
They love
matter.
they want money.
I just proved to you that Venom is Sony, and I did not
Hmm.
see a single trailer for that come out until well, at least a full-length trailer for at least a couple of months before that movie came out.
Hmm.
So I don't know why, like I'm gonna say it again, don't know why you think that they're gonna do that with Spider-Man. Like, I just don't know why, because
Um,
7 months is too soon. Because you also have to think about the fact of, yeah, sure, they might wanna release it early, and yeah, people know it's coming, but
hmm.
you're not gonna play a trailer for 7 months while this movie's nowhere near coming. You're gonna piss people off. I get annoyed watching trailers over and over and over and over and over again, whether it's on TV or you're watching on YouTube or whatever, because it's annoying because it's like,
Hmm.
how many times are you gonna play this goddamn trailer? Until like, you're literally counting down days until the movie's coming out so that the trailers will stop. 7 months is way
And
too
people,
early.
and
7 months is way too early. So, I don't see
okay,
that
so
happening. Like I
you might
said,
be right. So you might
that's what I'm
you might
trying
be
to
right.
say
You
to
might be
you.
right. You might be right.
You're gonna piss people off and not
But
wanna go see this damn movie.
I
So,
don't think it will piss you off. People are going to see this movie regardless.
every
It's going to be
no,
good.
right, but
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say to you is you're
Hmm.
gonna piss people off with this damn trailer.
Hmm.
It's at that point, it's just gonna become a tease. No one really you wanna intrigue people to go see the movie. If you're playing a trailer 2 months or sorry, 7 months before the movie's even coming out, that's no fun anymore.
It's been done before.
I've never seen that before.
Avengers,
No, that
Infinity
never
War.
happened with Avengers.
It has done.
I've
Avengers,
never
Infinity War.
seen that with Avengers.
It has happened. You know.
Okay, but again, let me
Yeah.
also say this.
Hmm.
If you're in a movie theater and
Uh huh.
you're seeing a trailer playing in a movie
Yeah.
for a movie that's coming in maybe, I don't know, 3, 4 months or so,
Yeah.
that is not unusual. You will see that, but they're not releasing that to the general public right away. But yes, you will see, especially if you're going and say, like, for example, um, you go and watch an Avengers movie, and
Uh-huh.
then they're showing, a Spider-Man movie because it's relating to the movie you're watching. That makes sense, and I have seen that happen where you're hearing about a movie that's coming out in, like, 4 or 5 months from now while watching a movie in the theater. But that trailer is not coming out to the general public until closer to when the movie's coming out. Because I have seen trailers in a movie theater, completely forgot about the trailer, and then it released to the general public. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I saw that in the movie theater." That has happened. But to the general public, no, I have not seen that. Of course, you can probably search it up and find it on your own if you want to, but
Mhm, mhm.
it's just not being played, like I just said, like on cable television or if you have ads on streaming services or YouTube or anything like that. It's just not in circulation. So that's more so like even a Scream trailer,
Yeah.
that's not gonna be circulating in general senses until
Mhm.
closer to when the movie's coming out. It's there, it's
Uh,
released, but still, we're talking 5
so,
months away
of
versus 7.
so Avengers: Infinity War released a teaser trailer on November 29th, 2017. The release date April 27th, 2018.
That's not unusual. Look at what just happened with Michael Jackson. That's a teaser, though. That's not the full-length
I,
trailer.
I mean, the trailer,
And
isn't it?
it is, but it's not the full-length trailer.
I know what you mean. I know
Teasers
what you.
always come first, and then there's the full-length trailer.
Okay, all right. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I
Oh,
meant.
okay,
It's
but yeah,
okay.
but the
Yeah.
teaser is one thing. A teaser is a minute max. And
Hmm.
again, it's just like that Michael Jackson trailer. It's not really
Hmm.
it's giving you just a little bit, not giving you enough. You want more. That's the whole point of a teaser. And that makes sense. But
Okay,
the
so the
full length trailer
um,
is not being released at that point.
the full trailer released on March 16th,
What I
2018.
did say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
Okay.
get at.
All right.
Teasers
Okay.
make sense. Teasers will sit there and
Mhm.
fester in your brain. That's the whole point of them. But it's like, that's
That's
it.
fine.
That's all you're
That's what
getting.
I meant. I feel like that's the trailer. No matter what, I don't.
It's
I
not the
don't care.
trailer though.
I know it's.
I
I know
under
what you mean. I know what you mean. It's a full. It's not the full length.
Yeah, but
But
it's
I feel
not
like
but
that's.
that's the thing.
So like
Once
whatever.
they release the full length trailer, because again, teaser trailers, 9 times out of 10, they really don't play that in general public.
Mm.
It's kind of like you have to go searching for it kind of thing. They don't really play
I mean,
it
it's on. It
nine
was on
times out of
YouTube.
10.
It was on
But
YouTube. People.
I'm not just talking YouTube.
Mm.
And again, I don't feel like I see a lot of teaser trailers in the YouTube ad circulation. It's usually the full length ones. Like maybe like you can find it,
Mhm.
you can search it,
Mm.
but it's just not in circulation with the ads
Oh.
and stuff
Mm.
because it's what's the point?
Sometimes, sometimes you find in the movie theaters right beside like other trailers. Man, that's
Yes,
you know.
but that's what I just said to you, right?
Okay. Okay.
They
All
will
right.
do that. That's always what happens.
All right. Okay.
But it's
That's
like months in advance.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah, okay.
So
Agreed.
you're not gonna see, maybe you'll see a teaser in the new year, but that's it. And you're gonna sit with that for months.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's what I meant. Like the teaser trailer comes and then the full trailer. That's absolutely fine. I can sit with the teaser trailer because, I just take a look at that and then boom.
Yeah, not everyone is fully satisfied with teaser trailers.
All
But
people,
you are, that's
people
fine.
kind of see.
But
Yeah. Well,
personally, like for example, me, I like the Michael Jackson one, yes,
yeah.
it was good, but
There's
that's gonna get old for me. I'm like, no, give
well,
me more.
well, for me because I watch YouTubers who dissect it, who look
Nah, I
into it,
don't do
who
that.
do the research, and
I don't do that.
etc. Like um and they look up the Easter eggs of certain things, and I'm intrigued by it, and they find it. I'm like, how do you find that in there?
Yeah. Well,
Interesting. And sometimes the directors look at the YouTubers and just be like, yeah, he's right about that.
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. So
I
go ahead.
I hear what you're saying, but like I know that's what people do and like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
watch those types of videos. That's
Yeah.
not me. And I don't need someone to dissect to death a trailer for me to I just want to enjoy the trailer if that's what I'm gonna do, but
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
like I don't particularly need
Mhm.
that per
I mean,
se.
I just wanna see if I missed something and, like, if you know,
Uh
uh, so
Sometimes I feel like the society we're in, sometimes we just forget just enjoy something. You
yeah,
don't need
no,
to
we no, I
overanalyze
no.
everything,
Yeah,
you know?
I enjoy
No, I
it.
know, I hear you.
Yeah, I enjoy
I'm
everything,
just
man. It's
saying
just I just
we
wanna
don't have to overanalyze every little thing, you know?
mm, you never okay, 'cause
'Cause
you never know
I
because
feel
the
like that
direct
loses the joy.
no, it does not, to be
I
fair
hear
with you, because like, 8
it for
months down
you,
the road, I
that's
won't
fine.
remember it.
For me, I think you lose the joy. I'm not yucking your yum. I'm just saying for me, like
Yeah,
I just don't understand why people need to do that. I don't. I personally don't get it, but whatever,
because
whatever floats your boat.
I think they're fans, and it's just like, they just want, to see like they're probably fans of that. Like, just say if they're fans of that like that type of comic book, they're really fans of that. Like, and
Mm,
it's just like a director took its time to just did that just to uh reward the fans. So it it's pretty cool how the director would do that for the fans just to reward them by watching a trailer. So that's how they see it. So, but yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
let's get off this topic now.
yeah, yep, yep, yep.
Hi everyone. So I'm coming in with some articles. So here's the first one. So more expensive times to use electricity in Ontario will soon be changing as time of use rate periods transition from summer to winter hours. So, time of use prices will switch from the summer to the winter rate period on November 1st. That's the date new electricity prices yet to be announced will also come into effect. For the majority of electricity consumers in Ontario, rates are governed by the time of use pricing, where electricity rates are divided into three price brackets: on peak rates, mid peak, and off peak. The summer time of use price periods last from May 1st to October 31st, while the winter period runs from November 1st to April 30th. Regardless of the time of year, weekends and holidays offer the cheapest electricity rates all day long. Until November 1st, the on peak rate is 15.8 cents per kilowatt hour. Mid peak is 12.2 cents per kilowatt hour, and off peak is 7.6 cents per kilowatt hour. In the summer and winter, off peak hours are on weekdays from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Weekends and holidays have off peak rates all day. Shifts occur seasonally for mid peak and on peak times. In the summer, on peak times are weekdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. In the winter, on peak hours switch to weekdays from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mid-peak times shift from weekdays from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the summer to weekdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the winter. So in the winter, electricity use peaks twice during the day, once in the morning and again when people get home after their day. The time of use rates correspond to demand. When energy use is higher, the rates are higher. Conversely, when demand for energy is lower, rates are lower. Ontario Energy Board spokesperson Tom Miller explained under the regulated price plan, the OEB sets electricity prices for households, small businesses, and farms each year starting on November 1st. The RPP, which is the regulated price plan, is usually announced in mid-October, and we expect that will be the case again this year. While general electricity price has trended upward, there are years where the energy prices set are lower than the previous year, according to data published on the OEB's website. So, how to check your electricity rates? So, for new electricity rates set to begin on November 1st, check your local utility or the OEB. So by using electricity during off-peak rate times, you can reduce the price you're paying. Hydro One offers energy saving tips such as installing a programmable thermostat, use energy efficient appliances, or appliances that use less energy, so toaster oven versus conventional oven, seal air leaks, and more. You can also see if switching to ultra low overnight pricing, which is designed for people who use more electricity overnight, such as when you're charging an EV. Ultra low overnight rates are consistent all year and don't change, as does the time of use rates. However, these rates are also subject to adjustment annually on November 1st. You can use OEB's bill calculator to calculate your monthly bill and see if switching might save you money. So there is apparently a change.org petition, which I personally hate change.org petitions because it doesn't actually do a damn thing, but
Nope.
doesn't do anything. I don't know
I
why
I
people do
I
it.
actually did it. I actually wrote. Well, participated in the petition and I changed out
Uh,
page and that.
I don't bother. It doesn't do anything. I'm sorry. Maybe that's
Yeah,
me being a deputy owner, but I just don't think
yeah,
it does anything.
yeah.
So I'm just like,
GoFundMe. I believe GoFundMe is a lot better, in my opinion.
GoFundMe is very different.
I know.
That GoFundMe is not a
It's a
change.org.
bit different, but like it's just
Oh,
like
it's a lot different. GoFundMe, you're trying to raise money for whatever reason,
mhm.
and it can be for any personal reason. A petition is
I
petitioning
mean,
for change
yeah.
because of some sort of situation, but that's not fun. That's not fundraising.
Was it charge.org? I remember like charge or change.org. It's
Uh-huh.
basically you you write a petition, and if you want to donate, you can donate.
E- Yeah, but I don't know if you're donating to the actual people who are doing the petition or you're donating to change.org because
And that's the
you
thing.
don't have to pay to sign a petition. So they have to make their money somehow. But that's not the same thing as GoFundMe. GoFundMe is very different. GoFundMe is like what's the term that they use as for GoFundMe? It's like
Okay, man.
it's crowdfunding. This is not the same thing. Um, but anyway,
Well,
a change.org petition is calling for Bad Bunny to be replaced
oh, this.
mhm, by country music legend George Strait for the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. Why? Because he's white.
Yeah,
Um, and it
yeah.
and it has crossed the $100,000 $1,000 100,000 signature threshold. And yeah,
So
so
me, so go ahead, go ahead.
uh, the petition emerged amid ongoing criticism of the National Football League's
Mhm,
decision to have the Puerto Rican artist headline next year's halftime performance at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The
mhm.
petition argues that Bad Bunny's performances and style are the opposite of what American families expect on football's biggest stage. Er,
Yeah, the thing is with this is that me and a friend was talking about this earlier, and he was like, "Yeah, well, why is this happening? They should be promoting less hip hop and less pop. They should
the
be
hell? Who was
promoting
this? You don't say.
rock.
Who?
They should rock. I'm just
I'll
gonna
take
say
his
the
name
friend,
out.
R RJ. But no, it's okay. He's cool with it.
Okay.
He's cool with it because they don't promote a lot of rock bands, and probably a lot of rock bands don't want to perform on the Super Bowl performance, which is key known. Because we looked at the list of a lot of Super Bowl performances, and a Latino. There has been a Latino performance
There's
before.
been many.
Yeah, with many before, right? Jennifer Lopez and
Which one? Jennifer
Shakira.
Lopez and the Shakira they did
Yeah,
together. Yeah.
Shakira did one together. So
Yep.
I don't know what the problem is with this one. I did,
Because the difference is the climate that we are currently in. That's
and
why.
it's probably the population has grew since then. So
And also the fact that if here's I mean Shakira is not American, but Jennifer
yeah,
Lopez is,
yeah, yes,
right? Bad Bunny is not, he's Puerto Rican. But I want to add this part too.
hmm
Puerto Rico, and if I'm not incorrect here,
hmm
is considered an American territory or whatever the terminology they
yes,
use.
and culture.
So what's the problem? What's the friggin' problem?
It's not American.
Like,
American.
what is American, right? Just like what's Canadian? What does it mean? Like, okay, let me go back. What is American? Okay. Because American, I don't know what that means. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, everyone in America right now, similar to how everyone here in Canada, we are immigrants,
hmm
some degree.
hmm
Okay. You can be born
hmm
in America or Canada or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
we are still descendants of immigrants.
yeah,
Do you want to know what it means to be American? It is the natives that you stole the land from.
yeah,
That's what it means to be American.
yeah.
So, and Canadian. So I don't understand these people who are like, oh, it's not for. So because someone's not out there playing hunky dory country music, sorry, country
hmm
fans,
hmm
that's not American. Like,
Yeah.
get out of
Well,
here.
well.
Listen, I know the population of people who like country music is huge in the States. I understand it.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's why
Mhm.
I get really upset sometimes when I hear the new countrified version of Fast Car, because I'm like, why can't we leave well enough alone? Why can't a black person have a song that is great and
Mhm.
not be countrified?
Mhm.
Same thing with the Tipsy. I know it's not called Tipsy,
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
countrified version. But again, a black person, why can't he have his song, a song that is a goddamn hit, without it being then countrified?
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why is that necessary? Why can't we have a little fun? Listen, you want to talk about it's not American? You've had Canadians do the Super Bowl. Why was that okay? You had The Weekend.
Mhm.
He did it.
Mhm.
Why was that
Mhm.
okay? Listen,
Mhm.
I have no issues. I like The Weekend. But it's like, why why was he okay? Or like you said,
Mhm.
why was J-Lo okay? Why was Shakira okay?
Yeah.
Why were these people okay? But
I mean, those were times like the Shakira and
I
J
know it's
Lo.
different times, but I'm just trying to make a
Like,
point.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe because like,
Last year, you just had Kendrick Lamar. Like, listen, you want to be like,
well,
oh, let
they
me
were
finish. Let me finish.
what?
You have that, and I know, yes, he's American, but
Yeah.
he's black. You had
Mhm.
him, you had
Mhm.
Usher, you had
Mhm.
Rihanna. 3 black people
Mhm.
in a row
Mhm.
for the last 3 years of Super
Yeah.
Bowls.
Yeah. They had
So,
a yeah. They had an issue with that still.
of course they
They
did.
all yeah.
But it was
They
one of the
all had an
best
issue. Yeah.
Super Bowl performances,
Yeah.
was Kendrick Lamar's. Like,
Mhm.
come on.
See, the only one that didn't have I didn't hear too much of an issue with the Dr. Dre, and I didn't hear too much of
Oh, no,
that.
I didn't hear anything about that,
Dr.
but
Dre about
anyone
like
who comes for it, I will knock you all
yeah,
out.
yeah, the Dr. Dre and
That I still
Kendrick
watch that
Lamar.
from time to time because it
Yeah,
was one of the best
yeah,
performances.
yeah, yeah. I didn't hear too much of issues with that. The only
No.
issue is that Jay-Z didn't invite my favorite artist. Didn't want my favorite artist being there. That was
You
the
mean
only
Dre?
50. He didn't want 50 being there.
Who?
Jay-Z did not want 50 being at the performance, but
Which
the
performance? Hold on, which performance?
so so basically Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg wasn't there, right? Snoop wasn't
Okay,
there.
I'm gonna have to back you up here because you're wrong. 50 Cent was there.
Yes, but Jay-Z did not want
But Jay-Z had
50 to be
something.
there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
He didn't want him to be a part of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay-Z has something to do with
You can't tell him he can't be there. Why
yeah,
can't he
well,
be there?
because they have some type of like competition with each
No,
other.
no, 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 no. F you, Jay-Z. I'm sorry. You right like just off because
Eminem
you
was
laughing,
the
but I'm
one.
not laughing. I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
this whole
yeah.
East Coast, West Coast feud killed 2 rappers. Cut the shit.
It has a lot to do with business
I don't
in terms of that.
care.
The,
Cut
the,
the shit.
yeah, I know.
Like,
Um,
he should be able to be there, perform,
hmm
because that's what his fans would want. Who gives a
yeah,
f about the business? That's Jay-Z's
yeah,
problem. You deal with you,
hmm
let 50 do what he's doing. Why does it matter?
hmm
Isn't 50 doing his own thing anyways? What does it have to anything to do with Jay-Z? Is he under his label or something? Am I missing something?
No, it's
So
just
then
like
what's the problem?
it's been a back and forth thing since day one.
So what's the problem though?
I don't know. I don't know what the problem
50
was
owes
with Jay-Z.
nothing to Jay-Z then, in that case. Listen, 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 listen,
Yeah.
listen, black men. Y'all need something to do. And more so, I'm coming at you, Jay-Z. You need something to do. Maybe you need to stop riding on the curtails of your wife's career. Anyways, let me come off this because
Well, yeah,
I'm pissing
come off
people
that because
off.
like yeah, okay. Eminem vouched
Am
for
I
50
wrong
so
though? Listen, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
coming
you're
for
not wrong.
Beyoncé.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The thing
No,
is
I'm
that
not coming for Beyoncé, but that man has been riding her coattails since
yeah,
Bonnie and Clyde '03.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
oh,
People,
let me stop because I can keep going about
you
this
see,
because I hate Jay-Z.
okay, yeah.
Okay, let me go back to this.
All right,
Um,
okay, please.
okay, so where am I? So apparently Newsweek reached out to
Mhm.
Strait's publicist via email for comment. We'll see if he had anything to say. So
Uh-huh.
the petition with 7,000 supporters represents a broader cultural debate about representation, American identity, and the role of major platforms in reflecting diverse audiences. The organizer, Carr Shell, emphasizes that the Super Bowl halftime show should keep the event family friendly. What does that even mean? Keep politics out of entertainment, amen, and
Oh
celebrate
my
American
God.
music traditions.
I
Well, again,
hate
what does
that
that
quote.
mean?
I
What did
hate that.
American music
Listen,
traditions mean?
no, the politics, the politics part.
Keep the politics out of it?
I hate when commentators,
But the
everybody say,
politics are always going to be in it. Listen,
yes.
NFL, I have to say, NFL is sometimes not always on the up and up. NFL hasn't always done the right thing, but the NFL has made a huge statement as to where they stand by putting a Latino man
Yeah.
headlining the halftime show.
And
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
a fantastic move.
Yeah, the commissioner has been doing well, and Jay-Z has doing a great job
Ugh.
with like selecting select and like like the commissioners has been okay with the selection that Jay-Z has given, him, and he's been okay with it. Like he doesn't change it. He doesn't want to change the Bad Bunny
No, why should he?
performance. He doesn't because like people's been wanting to change the Bad Bunny. He's like, no, we're okay with it. Every single year, people have a problem with the people that
Someone's
we
always gonna have
choose.
a problem. But let
Yes,
me finish
that's.
this quote because
Go ahead. Go
this is
ahead. Go ahead.
pissing me off because I like
Yeah.
read past it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go
American
back
music
to.
traditions,
Go ahead.
particularly country music, which has been underrepresented on the halftime stage. You. Do you wanna know why? Because country music is always represented. Always represented.
Yeah, it's always gonna be there, no matter what. It's like
If
number one.
anything,
Yeah.
country music overshadows every other genre. So
Yes.
for you to sit here and be like,
Commercially. Yeah.
"No, it's underrepresented."
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
No.
wanna see like, even when, like, watching American Idol or The Voice or anything,
Yeah.
whenever there is a half decent country singer, and sometimes they ain't even that damn good,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't matter. You wanna know
And plus,
why? Because they sing
yes.
country, and
Yep.
they usually will win.
Yep.
It's so
Plus,
frustrating.
yeah,
But I
it
stopped
is.
watching those shows because I'm like,
Mm,
I can't be bothered because always 9 times out of 10, I'm sorry, when you're eliminating people like Jennifer Hudson or Tamara Gray, that's
mhm.
how far. How old am I? That
American
old.
Idol? Is that American Idol?
That's
Okay.
American Idol. When you're getting rid
Yeah.
of those people
Yeah.
who, I mean, I don't, Tamara Gray wasn't as, like, obviously as memorable, probably now, as Jennifer Hudson, obviously. But Tamara Gray was incredible.
Who's the who's the black guy that won the
Ruben
American?
Stoddard,
Yeah, and he didn't have a successful career. I don't know. I don't.
he's still singing though.
He's still singing?
He
Okay.
still sings, yeah, he still
Okay.
sings. He may not like, he's more under the
Mm,
radar,
uh,
but
okay.
no, he still sings. He's been in the public eye. I mean, he
Mhm,
was on
mhm,
The Masked Singer,
mhm,
and, I think they won, or
mhm,
am I wrong? No, maybe they didn't win, but I mean, it doesn't even matter because when they were, because it was him and Clay Aiken,
mhm,
which obviously
mhm,
Clay Aiken came second to him,
mhm, mhm,
and as soon as I heard, I wasn't too sure on Rufus Star because it's been a minute since I heard his voice,
mhm, mhm.
but Clay Aiken has such a
Yeah.
very distinctive sounding voice,
Yeah.
and as soon as that man started singing, I'm like, "That's Clay Aiken, and that's Rufus Stoddard.
Okay.
100% that's Rufus Stoddard."
Okay. Okay.
And I was right.
Yeah.
Like, so but
Yeah.
anyway, it's
Yeah.
just I mean, I don't wanna, like, come at 'Cause so I'm not saying this as a person who dislikes country music. I don't dislike country music.
Nope. Nope.
I don't.
There's
I actually will jam. Listen, this the other day I was listening to Jolene. Like, I love country music, but
I just feel like America has to come to terms that there's different types of
there's
music out
different
there. You
types of
just
genres.
yeah, and you can explore them. Like, there's
Yeah.
other people who just to be honest with you, there's other people who just don't like country music at all. So they
Yeah, and that's
revert to,
okay too.
yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So another thing too is just like the whole politics things. Like don't put politics into my sports. I can't understand that because you have the
Politics is
American
everywhere.
anthem. The American anthem is in politics. That's politics. That's
That has
political.
become political.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your president has, a lot of presidents have come to a lot of Super Bowls in the past,
Mhm.
and football events in the past as well. So like I don't know what the problem is here. Um
I mean, even
so
just today,
yeah.
watching freaking Below Deck Med. I can't even watch Below Deck Med without Donald Trump's name being brought up. Because there was this woman, again, if you watch Below Deck Med, you know, but there's this woman who was on there. She's like, "Oh yeah,
Mhm,
I'm an opera singer. I
mhm,
actually sang for President Donald Trump." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Now, even Below Deck has become a little political because
mhm,
Donald
mhm,
Trump's name was brought up, and I
mhm,
wanted to
mhm.
vomit. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you can't
yeah,
escape politics,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah,
But especially in this time that we're in, you definitely
mm,
cannot avoid politics.
yeah. No, no, it's been
Talking
around for
Donald,
a generation.
talking
Yeah,
Donald Trump, though.
yeah,
Okay. So, in an
yeah.
October interview with conservative network Newsmax, President Donald Trump dismissed Bad Bunny's halftime announcement, saying he
Mhm.
had, quote, never heard of the performer. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You know what's ridiculous? Your toupee. That's what's ridiculous. You never heard of him? Well, you're old, so it's fine. But let's face it. Let's face it. Donald Trump's just jealous because Bad Bunny is way hotter than him and probably has a. I'll bleep that.
Oh,
Just,
Jesus
I'm,
Christ.
I'm serious. You're just mad. I'll be booping that out. Don't you worry. But I'm just saying he's always jealous. At the end of the day, it's this is who's performing at the halftime show. Get over it. You want your country bumpkin halftime show? Wait till next year. Okay? Like, there was someone they announced, for the halftime show that I was actually excited about that
Mhm,
hasn't
mhm,
happened.
mhm,
So I'm just gonna have to sit here and be patient, and if it
mhm.
happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Hey,
Okay.
a lot of these artists don't wanna be doing Super Bowl, like,
There's no
I
money in it for them.
there's no money in it,
There's
and
no
that's the
money in
problem.
it for them.
That's the thing, and that's the thing. They want their money to perform. They have to have their time, and they have to invest into a lot of these, like, equipment. They have to
Uh,
invest in their crew. They have to do all the stuff.
I don't know much about George Strait,
Yeah.
um, but I know he's a huge country star.
Mhm.
He's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do it. The was it PepsiCo that pays for it? They do not pay the artists to do this.
Mhm.
They don't do it.
Yes.
So any of these artists that are going out there and performing because
Mhm.
they wanna perform for their fans,
Yes.
and they're taking a huge freaking cut
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
perform.
I mean, they get, like,
They
their
get
revenue
something. I'm not saying they don't.
from the streams,
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But that's exactly it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they don't get anything.
Yeah.
It's not like back in the day where you had like Michael Jackson or Prince or whoever who was performing on the halftime show was actually getting money for it. That's not what happens anymore. They do not get paid. So it's like
So,
you need to
wait, so,
understand that.
has there been reports that Michael Jackson and Prince got paid for
I
doing
don't
this?
know for sure, but
Because I know Prince
I feel like hearing about the fact that artists don't get paid for the
yeah,
halftime
yeah.
shows is more recent
I feel like
in the last
Prince
recent years.
I feel like Prince wouldn't have done it. What did I feel feeling that he got paid or, someone like he got paid. I don't think he would have done it.
Honestly, I'll tell you this. Out of those two, do you want to know who I think would have never performed without being paid? It's not Prince.
Really.
Michael Jackson would have never performed without getting paid. That man was a businessman. He did not romp when it came to his money.
Hmm.
So that's who
So,
I think. I think it's a bigger chance that Prince would have performed without being paid
hmm.
over Michael Jackson any day.
This was all about independence.
Independence, but that has nothing to do with money.
I know,
His
but like
his thing was about
Black
owning the rights to
and
your music.
yes, that
It had
was.
nothing to do though with the money.
Mhm.
You gotta separate the two. It had nothing to do with the money.
Hmm.
Like, obviously, yeah, you want money,
Hmm.
but it had nothing to do with that. His motivation was owning the rights to his music, having creative control
Mhm.
over his
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
That was what his whole thing was about.
right, right,
And he paved the way for artists who came after him.
right. Because I remember
That's what
he,
it was about for him.
I remember Alicia Keys did like some type of like confirm a story of Prince, and he wanted Alicia Keys to own her music.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. He was
yeah,
big about that. He's big
yes,
about not just Alicia Keys, any artist
yeah,
owning the rights to their music.
yeah,
That's why it was like it's like the whole thing about Taylor Swift and not having the rights to her music,
yeah,
and Scooter Braun owning
yeah,
the rights and
yeah,
all
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
like that was a big thing.
Hmm.
But who do you think paved the way for an artist to own the rights to their music?
Hmm.
Prince. He's the one that started that. He pioneered that.
Hmm.
As much as like, listen, as I'm a huge fan of Prince, and
Yeah,
obviously I'm a
yeah.
diehard fan of Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson was a dick. He was an ass because he, although owned the rights to his music, although him and Sony had a moment, but for the most part, owned his own catalog.
Hmm.
But he also owned Beatles and Elvis
It's,
owned those catalogs.
I didn't feel that was right.
It's not.
That's
It's
that
not
was right.
right.
That's the only thing I didn't agree with Michael Jackson.
No, it's not right.
Yeah.
Do you notice that now with some commercials, you'll hear a Beatles song playing in a commercial? That only happened after Michael died. That only happened when I don't know exactly who, but someone in the Beatles world now owns the rights to the catalog. It's
Uh,
only been since then.
that's crazy.
Because Michael Jackson, when he was alive, you never heard Beatles in a commercial, nothing. That's why he redid Come Together. It's a Beatles freaking song, but he redid it. And he had Come Together on one of his albums, but that's not his song. The worst part about it, he was friends with Paul McCartney and stole the masters from underneath him. Like that's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it goes against
That's,
what I think artists should do.
yeah. Uh, did it still have the right, did it got the rights back? No?
The Beatles got the rights back to their catalog. I
Okay, good.
can't speak on because I know he had the rights to the Beatles as well, but I can't speak to that. And I know that I heard rumors, which I don't think it's true, but I heard rumors that he also owned Eminem's masters or whatever, but
that was nice.
that was rumors. But I think, but here's the thing. The rumor was like, apparently he said to him, if you keep making fun of me, I'll just buy your music. He definitely would have. He would have if he
Yeah.
had the money. He was broke, but he would have.
Mm.
And Eminem would have been screwed.
Yeah, I think I heard that rumor.
I mean,
And
Eminem, I love Eminem. And Eminem, yes, would make fun of artists. He did all of them.
he did,
Yeah, he did
he
all
did,
of them.
he
But
did.
Michael Jackson is not one you mess with.
Hmm.
That's like a mafia boss. You don't mess with that because
Yeah,
he will come for you.
yeah.
If when he was alive, he would come for you.
Hmm.
You just don't do it. He came for you in ways that he knew would hurt.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's so the next article. So, hot water heater has been recalled over carbon monoxide poisoning concerns. So, certain models of Vesta tankless hot water heaters were recalled very recently as I record this, but this would have been in October over concerns of carbon monoxide poisoning. Vesta Health Canada and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a joint recall on the heaters following reports of cracked exhaust ducts, while Health Canada says can allow gases to escape inside the home, quote, posing a carbon monoxide poisoning hazard that can result in death or serious injury. Health Canada says anyone with the heater in their home should immediately stop using it and contact Vesta to have a certified technician install a free repair. This recall affects all VRS and VRP models, as well as certain VRS Plus and VRP Plus models. Vesta reported that 3,496 units of the affected products were sold in Canada between May 2017 and July 2025. As of October 10th, the company has received 10 reports of cracked exhaust ducts in Canada and 33 in the United States, with no reports of injury or death. Consumers can contact Vesta by phone at 1-888-505-5525 from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and by email at condensing water heater. So that's CONDENSINGWATERHEATER at real, I think it's realty, oh, I think it's real time results. There we go. Realtimeresults.net. So, again, that's condensing water heater at realtimeresults.net. Or you can also go online through their company's website. So Health Canada is asking consumers to report any health or safety incidents related to the use of the product. So that's that. Let's move on to the next. This is kind of an update, sort of, on the Jeffrey Epstein situation, but more so about, well, do I even call him Prince Andrew now? Here's why. So Prince Andrew said on Friday he would give up using his title of Duke of York following years of criticism about his behavior and connections to the late U.S. sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In a statement that he made, again, this was in October, he said, quote, "The continued accusations about me distracted from the work of his elder brother, King Charles, and the wider work of the British royal family. I have decided, as I always have, to put my duty to my family and country first. Sure. I stand by my decision 5 years ago to stand back from public life. With his start again. With His Majesty's agreement, we feel I must now go a step further. I will therefore no longer use the title or the honors which have been conferred upon me, as I've said previously. I vigorously deny the accusations against me. We see the photo of you with her, sir, so get over it." His decision to give up his titles was taken following discussion with senior royals. The king was glad about the outcome, according to a royal source. As a son of the late Queen Elizabeth, Andrew remains a prince and is still eighth in line to the throne. But that will never happen, thank God. Let's move on to the next. So, Pickering to replace 7 playgrounds, shifting Diana, Princess of Wales Park playground due to high voltage power lines. So 7 Pickering playgrounds are being revamped. Council approved tender for the playground reconstruction and replacement at the latest council meeting. Gray's Landscaping and Snow Removal Inc. will complete the work for $1,372,983 net of the HST, or 1,005. Sorry, 1,005,000 $124,637 HST is included. So the playgrounds are being revamped. So those include Lynn Heights Park, Bonita Park, Bayshore Tot Lot, Chickadee Park, White Vale Park, Claremont Memorial Park, and Diana Princess of Wales Park. The playground area in Claremont Memorial Park will be relocated adjacent to the tennis courts and over the south half of the existing ice rink facility. As part of the Claremont Memorial Park master plan, the rink will be taken down and the city may consider a new multi-use area covered structure in the 2027 budget. The playground at Diana, Princess of Wales Park will be moved slightly at the request of Hydro One Network Inc., so it will not be located directly under high voltage power lines. Councilor Lisa Robinson didn't vote in favor of the project because she felt a safety assessment was necessary due to the playground's proximity to hydro wires. In an earlier discussion at the meeting, Director of Engineering Richard Holborn said Hydro One, when discussing new pickleball courts at the same park, did not raise any concerns about electromagnetic waves. The city received grant funding through the Province of Ontario's Community Sport and Recreation Infrastructure Fund for 3 of the playgrounds. So that includes Lynn Heights Park, Bonita Park, and Bayshore Tot Lot, saving the city $95,689. Next, new laws and rules coming to Ontario in November. So, big changes are on the horizon for Ontario as several new laws and regulations are set to kick in starting next month or in November. This is because I'm recording this in October. The updates will have direct impacts on property owners, drivers, and Canadian businesses, from drone regulations to a new federal budget. Here are all the major changes you should be aware of. So, modernizing Canada's budgeting approach. On October 6th, Minister of Finance and National Revenue Francois Philippe Champagne announced a new approach to the federal government's budgeting. As a result, Canada will be introducing a new capital budgeting framework, which will prioritize investments that generate long-term benefits for Canadians, such as housing, clean energy, and infrastructure. In line with this, the government is modernizing its budget cycle to align with the needs of builders and businesses. Starting with budget 2025, the federal budget will now be tabled in the fall with an economic and fiscal update released in the spring. Quote, this change will provide the certainty and predictability needed to plan ahead and ensure projects can begin as soon as construction season starts, helping every level of government make smarter, faster investment decisions, the government wrote in a news release. As such, the federal government will release its full plan on November 4th with budget 2025. So this probably would have come out before this episode. Next, Buy Canadian policy. So, a fundamental portion of the fall federal budget, the Buy Canadian policy, is expected to have its initial elements in effect as early as this November, so this month, although it will be fully applied in 2026. The policy ensures that the federal government buys from Canadian suppliers to best support the country's industries. By November 2025, the government will introduce new measures to make sure that Canadian suppliers, as well as all of their products, are prioritized in all federal spending. Along with this, the government is also investing $50 million over 5 years to modernize its online job tools. Job hunters will be able to search and apply for jobs via the Job Bank mobile application, which by the end of November is set to receive additional improvements, including customized referrals and a new feedback mechanism. Drone regulatory changes. So Canada's updated drone regulations set to take effect in November allow medium-sized drone operations and some beyond the visual line of sight operations without the need for a special flight operation certificate. The regulation introduced new pilot and operator certification for lower risk beyond visual line of sight operations. New rules for flying medium drones over 25 kilograms up to 150 kilograms within visual line of sight, and new requirements for flying micro drones at advertised events. Under the regulations, you cannot start flying BVLOS. What was that again? I don't know. EVLOS or sheltered operations until November 4th, which avoided changing operating rules during the peak summer flying period. The government will also be expanding privileges for advanced pilot certificates. As of November 4th, sheltered operations, extended visual line of sight operations, and medium drones within visual line of sight will be permitted for pilots with a pilot certificate, advanced operations. Also, as of November 4th, anyone applying for that certificate will need to pay a fee with the exception of government organizations involved with emergency responses. Speed cameras. Although the provincial government is set to introduce legislation this month that will ban the use of municipal automated speed enforcement cameras in Ontario, its effect may be observed more overtly in November. Under the existing speed enforcement camera program, cities in Ontario are allowed to use municipal speed cameras to ticket drivers who exceed the posted speed limit by as little as 1 kilometer per hour. The programs have been met with opposition, as before 2025, a single municipal speed camera in Toronto was found to have issued more than 65,000 tickets and taken nearly $7 million in revenue. Despite other elected officials, including Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown and Burlington Mayor Marianne Mead Ward, urging to preserve the programs, Premier Doug Ford has maintained his push to remove the cameras, calling them a cash grab, which I would have to agree with him. Ontario is also set to introduce requirements for municipalities with existing speed cameras in school zones to install new signage to slow down drivers by mid-November, with permanent signs with flashing lights to be installed by September of 2026. Vacant home tax declaration period. If you're a property owner in Toronto, you should be aware that the declaration period for the vacant home tax for the 2025 calendar year opens on November 3rd. The program requires property owners to let the city know if their property is occupied or vacant by making a declaration every year. Through the tax, the city aims to increase the supply of housing by encouraging owners of vacant properties to sell them or rent them out. If your property is vacant, you could be subject to a tax, with the revenue being allocated to affordable housing initiatives. To make your declaration, you'll need your customer number along with the address or 21-digit assessment roll number from your property tax bill, property tax account statement, or vacant home tax notice. Next, so a lasting tribute to those who served our nation. So Ajax apparently has unveiled a veterans crosswalk. So, intending to serve as a lasting symbol of remembrance in the community, Ajax has unveiled a new crosswalk that honors the service and sacrifice of Canada's veterans. Quote, on behalf of Royal Canadian Legion Branch 322 Ajax, this veterans crosswalk stands as a lasting tribute to those who served our nation, said Bruce Sharp, president of Royal Canadian Legion Branch 322, in a media release. It reminds every citizen of their courage and sacrifice and reflects our community's commitment to honoring our veterans. Projects like this ensure their legacy continues for generations in our neighborhood. The motion to create the Veterans Crosswalk was introduced last February and unanimously supported by Ajax Council. As we approach Remembrance Day, I am pleased that Ajax can honor our veterans with a new crosswalk, said Mayor Sean Collier. The crosswalk at Veterans Point Garden was designed in collaboration with the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 322 and includes images and colors of significance. The white and red striped background represents Canada's national colors. And the outlines of the ship HMS Ajax, plane and helmet represent the veterans who served in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The artwork depicts the town's own unique military history, including the HMS Ajax and the Battle of the River Plate. Collier said, we will forever be grateful for the sacrifices that were made then and continue to be made today to protect our rights and freedoms as Canadians. The town of Ajax is named after the British cruiser HMS Ajax, which defeated German pocket battleship the Graf Spee, along with HMS Exeter and HMS Achilles in the Battle of the River Plate. In case no one understands, these are also names of streets in Ajax. Um, the River Plate on December 13th, 1939. It was the first major naval victory of the Allied forces during the Second World War. So that's basically that for now. I will either be transitioning back over to me and Mikel, or we'll be doing the outro. That's it for this section. Anyway, but
Yep.
um enough of that, I guess. I
Mhm.
do have another couple, but I think they're fairly similar with this. It's kind of more lighthearted and dumb.
Mm,
So Prince Harry, he was apologizing for wearing an LA Dodgers baseball cap at
mm,
the World Series. But
mm.
I was talking about this with my mom, and I'm like, "What's the big deal if he's wearing a Dodgers hat?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I know why. Because technically, he's our prince. He's not the states. He's not America's prince. He's our prince.
Yeah.
Even though like we're technically independent, but I don't know really how it works. Like we are independent, but we still kind of have like one pinky toe in the Commonwealth,
Mm,
whereas like America has completely severed technically. And so I think it's more about that. It's just like this weird thing to do with the monarchy. And I'm just like, oh, so because he's technically our prince, that's why.
mm,
And my mom was like, but I thought he's not a prince anymore. I'm like, nope, that's the wrong prince. There is a
mm,
prince who's not a prince anymore. I'll save that for another episode.
mm,
But but yeah, I was like, this is so dumb. Like, who
mhm,
cares? But I
mhm,
think it was like all in fun, honestly. Like it is what it is. He didn't mean any ill will. Yes, he is our prince or whatever, but um he also lives in Los Angeles, so it's not that big of a deal, really.
mm. Meh,
So it's
meh.
fine. It's fine. I know there was another thing that kind of came up to someone apologizing, but I can't remember what that was or who that was, so whatever.
Well, from that story, the I'm just gonna we'll say a little bit towards that story.
Mhm.
I saw an article that the LA Dodgers fans donated $30,000 to Sick Kids Hospital. So I don't
In
know the
Toronto?
whole yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so I don't know the whole story about that. I didn't read the article. I saw a headline and it was on CB24. So basically, I don't know the whole story about it. It was probably to donate to a certain somebody that was in sick kids hospital. So
no, they probably just donated to the hospital itself,
yeah, yeah.
not to
So
someone in
so
particular.
so I
Yeah.
well
They're
yeah.
always they're
Okay, okay.
always
Yeah, yeah,
fundraising.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I apologize if it's like if I don't know the full story, but
No, no,
that was
it
just a
makes
headline.
sense. It's probably
Yeah.
just the hospital itself, like the
Hmm.
Sick Kids Foundation. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So
yeah.
I'll go ahead.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's it for me.
That's it for you.
Yeah.
Um. Well, you can. If you don't know about this situation as well, do you know anything about Sydney Sweeney?
Cindy Sweeney?
Yeah.
Like the blonde-haired girl?
Yes.
I haven't
Yes.
heard anything about her recently.
Well,
Why?
she has starred in like three films, and the three films have flopped due to
Oh,
her. No,
I mean, I don't really,
no.
personally, I
Okay.
don't care.
You don't care. You don't
No,
care about
I
her
mean,
at all.
maybe she's trying to make a
Okay.
comeback. I don't know, but um,
You watch Is it Utopia? Euphoria. My bad.
she was in that.
Yeah, she was in there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well.
no.
Oh, she was. Making a come, yeah, making was she was she listening to something that you didn't see, or like
I only know her as the host of The Biggest Loser. Like, I know she's an actress, but I honestly cannot tell you what I if I've ever
you
seen her in
watched?
other
Oh,
movies.
so yeah, okay,
Um,
yeah.
so
So her latest film was like basically a called Christie. It's basically based on a lesbian boxer.
mhm,
Um, so that didn't do so well. But then again, you have Dwayne the Rock Johnson's film that did The Machine, The Smasher Machine, which I had to watch as well, which was a biopic of a UFC fighter that didn't do too well. So basically, it's a lot of these unknown people that
mhm,
are not gonna, you know, who are basically being made movies of are not gonna be basically not gonna be doing too well. So if someone did like, yeah, obviously Michael Jackson, that's gonna do, skyrocket. That's gonna make it's doesn't know. But if you're doing something that's like local or unknown, that's not gonna
yeah,
do a lot of, you know, etc. But obviously the movie flopped because of that, and then her other movies did flop as well. And then when it came to a presser conference for the Christie movie, she was asked about a racial question, based on race or whatever, or a social issue question. She did not want to comment. She said basically, I'm just gonna summarize it off my head here. Um, she will have something if she wants to talk about it. So if she wants to talk about, something. So
okay, that's
a
weird,
lot
but
of
okay.
because a lot of people are rowdy about it because her family is basically, guess who? A supporter of
Oh god,
guess who?
oh god.
Yes.
So is she as
And
well?
we don't know. She has not confirmed it, but people are suggesting that.
Like, when we say her family, are we talking her, like I
Hmm.
don't know if she's married, but, like,
Her
a
mom, her
partner
dad,
or
her mom, her dad, her possibly she has brothers or possibly brothers or we saw a picture of a lot of like Make America Great Again
with
pictures.
her
So
in them?
yes, but she didn't have the hat on.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
She
so
has great hair, she doesn't necessarily need to mess her hair up. So,
yeah, so her family are, so they're labeling her as a race, but then again, she's going
but
against her
again,
values.
being MAGA, I guess, or being a
Mhm.
Trump supporter or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't necessarily make you a racist. But chances are it probably does.
Yeah, yeah, but
Chances are you probably are, but I just wanna give grace a little bit, I guess.
yeah,
Whatever. She
she's
just
one.
doesn't come across that way for me.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
never really has. Like, she
yeah.
comes
Yeah.
across as
She's
reasonable, nice enough, that she cares for people,
mhm,
that, you know, she just doesn't, like and again, I'm not necessarily saying that MAGA supporters can't be those things,
mhm, mhm,
but I'm just saying, like, I just don't picture them. When I okay, maybe this is me,
mhm,
but when I picture MAGA for my
mhm.
90 Day fans, I picture Angela Deem
Right.
to the extreme.
Yeah.
Mikhail, if you don't know who Angela Deem is, you're lucky. Um, but let's just say she is all of the things that you think a MAGA person is. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
I wouldn't be
Although
surprised.
she was married to a Nigerian man, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's amazing thing.
Just because you are with an African man does not mean you're not racist.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, yeah, sadly, um, that's the thing. But she's going against her values. So if she is just say she's right wing or whatever, she is going against what she believes in because she acted as a lesbian.
That's
Uh,
true. That
yeah,
is true.
so she might not, or she's just like
Or she's playing
she
along.
just.
but again, here's what I'll say.
Mhm,
I hear what you're saying because I agree with
mhm,
you,
mhm,
but I think, like, maybe she isn't. Maybe because I feel like if this role is really truly against your morals,
mhm,
you're not gonna do it.
mhm.
Like, I think of, like, Candace Cameron Bure, whatever the hell her name, the chick from Full House. She is very right-winged. I won't say MAGA, but I'll say right-winged,
Yeah, yeah.
and she would never do a role that is against her morals. She would never. Um, and sometimes when she watches things on television that are against her morals, she still needs
Mhm,
to find a reason to talk about it. Like,
mhm,
people give a
mhm.
shit what she has to say. But either way, I just feel like if you're really into your morals and your beliefs,
Beliefs, yeah,
you're not gonna do a role that goes against that. You're just not gonna do it.
yeah. So I think she's kind of
Maybe
she's
her
indifferent.
family, it's your family can be right wing, but doesn't mean you are, you know?
Mm, mhm.
So,
Yeah, yeah, beautiful woman as well. She is also, I'm not, we're not a dating rumor uh type of podcast, but there's rumors that
mm,
she's basically dating the guy that used to own the rights of Taylor Swift's.
Scooter Braun?
Yes.
I don't see her with him. Him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Strong.
she could do better.
Uh, there's been official reports as well. So like,
She could do better. I just
the
she could do
man,
better.
the man's a billionaire and he's white. So
No, I know
it's,
what Scooter Braun looks like, and I do know he's very rich, but
yeah.
I still think she could do better. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about
Yeah.
his personality.
Yeah.
Kind of person,
So,
like, and again, like, I'm talking about his personality. I'm not shocked by he's not a bad looking guy by any means. Like, that,
mhm.
he's actually pretty good looking, but I just don't get
Yeah.
it. They just don't. I've seen her. I've seen pictures of him that I just don't get it. She seems too prim and proper to me to be with a guy like him. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't get it. But
Yeah.
anyways,
So yeah. Yeah. So I think I don't have anything against Sydney Sweeney. So like I don't
no,
have
I've
too much
never had
against me.
anything against her.
And like the whole people. I don't know why I hate
Not
people
gonna
hate her
lie, I never
because of the
really
whole.
think about her.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's just like I follow some of my timeline, etc. I saw a lot of hate towards her. The whole jeans and Gap thing.
Hmm?
And the Gap commercial,
What about
the
the Cap
whole
commercial?
she was wearing jeans and it was associated with like, with what do you call it? The Palestinians and I don't know. It was just
I'm not
it had
touching that.
nothing. But hmm?
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not touching that either. But like the thing is it's just like I didn't see any slogan, I didn't see any like it was just her wearing a Gap
Yeah,
jeans basically.
yeah, no.
So it was just
I want to say something, but I'm not touching that.
yeah, yeah, no. Nah, I don't know anything about that.
No, I
I
don't
just
know anything about it, but
mhm.
that's not
Yeah.
kind of what I'm not touching
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, 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 okay. But yeah, like I said, she's cool in my opinion. Uh, yeah, I don't have any problems with Sydney Sweeney, so, but yeah, that's it for me. There's also one thing,
Well,
but
we're
but
about
I
to
know we're out
record
of
a
time.
three topic one, so we can leave it there.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, okay. Alright. So this ends this episode of the Next Tape Podcast. The Next Tape Podcast is available on all podcast platforms. We also have a website called Tanika.
Nextdaypodcast.podpage.io,
And where else do we have?
Facebook and Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod.
And you can email us at mikeltanika@gmail.com. That's mikeltanika@gmail.com. That's the very first time that I ever did it off my head. I wasn't looking at a
Oh,
script,
you don't
guys.
know our email off the top of your head yet?
No, no, the whole time outro,
Really?
basically.
Oh, I see.
So like that's the first time. But yeah, you can subscribe to us and follow us on uh on all the next tape platforms. So yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff on this
Mhm.
bonus episode.
No, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
remember what we
yeah,
talked
I'm not
about.
gonna remember anything. We got, like I
We're not
said,
gonna do the rundown here.
we did. Okay, we did.
We
I'm
talked
just
about a
gonna,
lot.
I'm just gonna summarize trailers. Cine, homelessness with the Toronto invested. Geez, I
The
think
change.org petition,
the change our that
um,
that's and basically
the
that's the gist
salary
of
increases.
salary increases
That's all
as
I
well
remember.
for Canada. So yeah, that's basically it. Um, yeah, you have anything else to say or before we?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay. So I'm Mikel, and
And I'm Tanika.
we're out until
Thursday.
Thursday. Peace, guys.
Bye.